Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, ashhadu an la
So even though the Quran refers to itself as Hudan lin-nas, that it is a guidance to the entire of mankind, it is only a particular person that actually can extract guidance from the Quran. And the Quran tells us who this particular person is. It is that person who is conscious and reliant on a higher power, and who is constantly working towards that development of the self. Allah says, and that person is also the person who believes in that which is beyond human perception. In other words, he believes that there is life beyond this life. And that is also the person who stands up for prayer. He is not anti-prayer. He stands up for prayer. He believes in prayer. He believes in the power of prayer. And it is also that person who not only hoards everything that Allah has provided him, but he shares that with his fellow human beings. So any form of sustenance, whether it's even just a smile to another human being, or even just an act of taking an old lady over the street, it's all part of what Allah has given us, the abilities and the strength that Allah has given us, that we share with other people. وَالَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِمَا أُنزِلَ إِلَيْكَ وَمَا أُنزِلَ مِنْ قَبْلِكَ وَبِالْآخِرَةِ هُمْ. Allah says, and that person is also the person who believe in that which was bestowed upon Nabi Muhammad ﷺ. So the Nabi Muhammad ﷺ didn't come to set up a whole complete new system and deny what was before that. It was to embrace all of that into one way of life. It is those who do not doubt the reality of the afterlife. Because what happens with believing that there is no afterlife, what happens with believing that there is no afterlife? Then you start questioning your own existence. You start questioning whether there is a God. And you start questioning the meaning of life. And within this questioning, you start to believe that you can actually rely on your own resourcefulness and that you don't need other powers. أُولَٰئِكَ عَلَىٰ هُدًى مِّن رَّبِّهِمْ وَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْمُفْلِحُونَ. Allah says, now if you have those qualities, those are the ones who are on guidance from their sustainer, and they are the ones you will find in a constantly happy state. Now just to summarize those 6 points that Allah has mentioned, Allah says that the one who will receive guidance from this book when he picks it up is the one who is conscious of a higher power. In Islam we call it Allah. The one who has faith in the unseen, the one who believes in the power of prayer, the one who sees to the needs of others, the one who recognizes the universal message in all the scriptures, and the one who has firm faith in the hereafter. That is kind of the recipe for wanting to approach the Quran. So even if you don't have that, then perhaps the Quran will just become another novel for you that you read, and you might as well pick up a Muhsin and spend your time with the Muhsin. So there's a particular person whose mind is already made up on what they want to believe and what they don't want to believe. So whether you try to convince them or don't even try, you'll still get the same results. They don't want to believe. So when they read the Quran, it does not affect them. They read the Quran with a critical mind and not with a mind of wanting to seek guidance from the Quran. And I want to stress the word want here because it is really about choice, whether you want to believe or whether you don't want to believe. So basically what Allah is trying to say here is not that that Allah has sealed it up because it was Allah's choice. No, people have made a choice whether they want to believe or not. And so as we said previously, that the universe grants you whatever you wish. So if you wish not to be guided, then that is what you're going to get. وَمِنَ النَّاسِ مَنْ يَقُولُ آمَنَّا بِاللَّهِ وَبِالْيَوْمِ الْآخِرِ وَمَا هُمْ بِمُؤْمِنِينَ. And Allah says that there are people who say, we believe in Allah and we believe in the last day, while they do not really believe. They think they are deceiving Allah and those who believe, but they're only deceiving themselves without consciousness. So here Allah is talking about the hypocrisy of belief. Sometimes we find those kind of people who say something and you know that that's not what they really believe. Or they believe something but their actions are dictating something else. في قلوبهم مرض فزادهم الله مرضا ولهم عذاب أليم بما كانوا يكذبون. Allah says, and in their heart is a disease, and so Allah lets their disease increase, and grievous suffering awaits them because of their persistent lying. So here Allah is reminding us that no one else is to be blamed for the consequences of belief but ourselves. They have caused disease in their hearts, just like a person who constantly eat wrong stuff and then develop cholesterol or develop diabetes. So we take responsibility for what we do, for our actions. So they are the ones who are not mindful of the consequences of their habitual lying or false beliefs, and they do not see what that leads to or how that leads to their eventual suffering. وَإِذَا قِيلَ لَهُمْ لَا تُفْسِدُونَ فِي الْأَرْضِ قَالُوا إِنَّمَا نَحْنُ مُصْلِحُونَ. So when you confront such people and you say to them, brother or sister, don't you see what harm your actions are doing? They go on the defense by using clever words to make themselves seem more credible. But they are only fooling themselves, the Quran says.